What is going on, y'all? I just ran into one of my friends, and we were just talking briefly. What is going on over here? I'm telling you. Guess we gonna be going that way. Anyways, I was just talking to one of my friends, and just briefly, and he made a really interesting point, a good point in my opinion. And he just put it in layman terms, like, a lot of us that grew up in, like, Michigan, the Midwest, Ohio, Indiana, a lot of us that grew up in the Midwest, we grew up around the car industry, okay? So, like, General Motors, GM, the big three, Ford, Chrysler. You know, we grew up with people working in the manufacturing sector, okay, the auto factories, etc. And a lot of us grew up seeing our family members, you know, or our grandparents, our great-grandparents, older family members, our own parents, cousins, siblings, what have you, working in these factories day in and day out, you know, working 10, 12, 14, 16-hour days, back to back, getting that overtime, grinding, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about grinding, okay? To the point where you never got to see them, but they were making good money, which was their reasoning for being there and staying there. And I respect them. You know, I look back at my great aunts and uncles, and I look at my papa and just everybody that did it, and there's nothing but love and respect towards them. And at the same time, a lot of them ended up having very severe health issues directly related to the type of physical labor, mental labor work that they were doing. I'm talking about people in their 40s and 50s needing to have back surgery and permanently left disabled because they were working in a factory for decades. We're talking about folks that did 30, 40, in some cases upwards to 50 years. Hell, I have a great uncle right now. I believe he's 83, 84, and guess what? He's still working at the factory. Granted, he's been there for over, 50 years, so he has a very, leadership role, but the fact is he's 83, 84, still working, and you can't tell him not to work, right? So I get it, but it shocks me, because my granny at 62, she was able to retire and got out. But my great uncle is still working every day. It's just wild to me how he does it, but I respect him. You know, if that makes him happy, that makes him happy, right? A body in motion stays in motion, so I get it. But my friend brought it up and was like, yeah, they were making good money. Folks basically were making the equivalence of six figures in the 70s, 80s, 90s, when you didn't need six figures to live and the cost of living was significantly lower. So just imagine what that six figures was doing for them. Okay, no wonder they were able to buy multiple houses, take care of multiple people on the same salary, on one salary. They were living it up. This is true. And at the same time, they never had time to actually spend with their own families. They never had me time. A lot of them had a lot of health issues and are suffering years later because of the type of work that they were doing. And they were, in some cases, and not all, but in some cases, they were miserable because all they did was work. I mean, you had people literally every day, 10, 12, 14, 16-hour days for weeks at a time. 6, 8 weeks straight, you just doing overtime. Yeah, you was able to pay all your bills. You didn't really have any debt. You could buy a home. You could take care of your family financially. But a lot of us didn't get to see our parents. We were latchkey kids because of that. And then my friend went into further expression and was basically like, And this is exactly why, you know, yeah, I work here 3-4 days a week. I'm able to pay my bills. I don't have a lot of money left over a lot. And then there are definitely months where it's tight. And at the same time, I have 4 consecutive days off where I'm able to focus on my hobbies and home projects that actually mean something to me, that hopefully with me in being able to invest this type of time and energy into these projects, I can eventually turn my actual interests into a career and not just be working somewhere because it pays me a lot of money, but yet I'm miserable the entire time. And hearing him say that really hit the nail for me on a lot of things. I feel like a lot of us, we want to enjoy the work we do and be paid a living wage. And honestly, I don't think that's a lot for us to ask. If I'm giving you 8 or more hours of my life each day, I should be able to live comfortably. I don't think we're asking that much. And at the same time, I also recognize, you know, you need to have time to go to school, time to learn a skill, a trade, time to invest in your business or your hobbies or your interests. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us that are making really good money, like those of us that are making really, really good money, never have time to do anything because all we're doing is working. But we can afford our bills, or we can afford to buy a car, pay off student loans, or take our families on vacations. But meanwhile, when do you actually get to go on the vacation if you're always working? Or if you're working yourself into an early grave and literally destroying your body physically and mentally, what's the point of the money if you can't walk, or you're having all this issue bending over, or you're always sick in and out of the hospital? Like, at some point, we shouldn't have to keep trading our health and well-being and our time for jobs that don't really care about us. And hell, most of us are not being paid living wages. Our wages don't even reflect the actual cost of living, let alone take inflation into consideration. So a lot of times it's just like, what the hell are we even doing? Anyways, I got an appointment with a client coming up in 41 minutes. I just wanted to make that video real quick, because I know I have not been as consistent with the videos, and I do apologize. I really do. Because it be my goal is to get these videos uploaded. I have a whole bunch of music reviews that I need to still review and react to on the Ask a Millennial channel. I got to catch up on all the comments. I'm trying, y'all. I really am trying, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm tired. Because everything that my friend was talking about 15, 20 minutes ago is spot on. We don't never have time for anything when we always working. And then, like I said, things that actually matter to you, like your hobbies, your family, your children, your friends, your community, your loved ones, yourself, your pets, what have you, you don't have time for. Because every time you turn around, what are you doing? Working. And don't get me wrong, I get it. We're adults. We have responsibilities. But in addition to, it should just be more to life than us working and paying bills and paying taxes. I'm just saying. And then two, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer that anybody that's working should be paid a living wage. They should be able to live comfortably. That should be the bare minimum. That should be the standard. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Anyways, let me know what y'all think in the comment box below. And I'm about to get ready for this appointment. I'm out.